Kansas City Chiefs. This team has been dominating football for a while now. And it's thanks to a great head coach in Andy Reid, who will be in the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. Drafted potentially the GOAT quarterback in Patrick Mahomes in 2017, who ever since getting a starting spot has written a lengthy list of accomplishments, alongside the QB's best friend, tight end Travis Kelce, who has been argued as the GOAT in his position as well. These guys have already stacked up 3 Super Bowls in about a 5-year span, won back-to-back Super Bowls this past 2 years, and is looking to make history with the three-peat. We are here to tell you that this three-peat is very much achievable for this team, and it might be time to mark this team as a dynasty of the new age. Now, after watching the Chiefs win back-to-back rings, is a three-peat inevitable, and is it time to call the Chiefs a dynasty?
So for the entirety of last season, just to give you guys a little bit of background information, I did have the Chiefs repeating, although people thought I was crazy, specifically people that I live with, share blood with. But I had them winning the Super Bowl even through their midseason offensive struggles. Once Patrick Mahomes gets into the postseason, someone has to prove to me that they can beat him unless you're a Tom Brady or unless you're Joe Burrow. Otherwise, I have to see it to believe it. So in the modern era, why not? Why not? There are so many question marks across this league that is insane in both conferences in terms of teams that can compete with the back-to-back champions. Go to AFC, Houston, the Texans. That's a name that's been thrown out there as a team that can potentially get it done. But they are still an unproven commodity at this current juncture of time. Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens. I'm not sold. His postseason numbers and performances are anemic. He has a lot of work to do from a quarterbacking, pocket passing, high-level processing standpoint. The Bengals, I think that they can make headway, but their division is pretty tough. It's pretty beastly. And the health of Joe Burrow is always a recurring theme. All in all, the biggest roadblock for the Chiefs three-peating is that behemoth of talent in the AFC. But there are question marks surrounding the majority of these teams. Whatever questions you have surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs are outweighed by the well-deserving, well-earned trust you should have in the greatness of Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce. Point blank period. Those are all first ballot Hall of Famers right now. Patrick Mahomes, he may be making an argument for the GOAT when it's all said and done. Andy Reid, he's up there. Travis Kelce is up there. And it honestly doesn't matter who comes out of the NFC, because are you guys going to really tell me with a straight face that you would pick against Patrick bleeping Mahomes in the Super Bowl? You would not. We could put you on the lie detector test and those lines on the polygraph would be going stupid. They would be going crazy. So with that being said, a three-peat is not only on the table. Jalen, to answer your question, it is inevitable. Insert Thanos. They are my pick. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on business about it. They have the talent. They have the pedigree. And quite frankly, they have the aura to do something that hasn't been done in the Super Bowl era. Patrick Mahomes will lead the Kansas City Chiefs to their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl, cementing himself higher and higher in the GOAT conversation. He is neck and neck with Tom Brady. They're running a 100-meter dash. It's looking like that, Noah Lyles and, the 100-meter that we saw in the 2024 Olympics. They're right there. They're neck and neck. And if we want to be honest, calling him the GOAT, if he has that accomplishment, the first three-peat in the Super Bowl area, would not be premature. It would actually be the most logical choice to make. Thank you very much, and have a great evening.
So, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, man. A Chiefs three-peat is definitely on the table, but I'm just going to be real with y'all, man. I can't stand this fucking squad.
Beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
Like, I just can't. I really don't. This season, Caleb on the pod, he's definitely going to be rolling with another year of a Chiefs hate watch, for sure. But dang gummit, if Mahomes gets another taste of that devil magic that fucking Patrick Brady always gets his hands on, I wouldn't put it past me. I would really turn my TV off, honestly. If I see him go in that locker room at halftime, come back out a different player, like looking like Patrick Mahomes from 2022, man, I'll be through with the NFL, man. This would be a garbage product. Roger Goodell, never see me watch this game again.
Hey, nigga, you bullshit, man.
But otherwise, history's actually, when you look at it, not really on their side. Out of the last 8 teams to repeat, nobody's ever three-peated. I think you have to go back to 1968, which is the Packers, but that predated the Super Bowl era. So history's definitely not against their side. Now, if they do this, Patrick Mahomes, he'll definitely be held in high regard. Do I think he'll be the GOAT after that? No. He still has some work to do because, honestly, you have to have everything, in my opinion. So even the longevity, he still has to play, like, all those years. Looking at how weak that division is, bro, like, honestly, it's definitely there for him. It's a cakewalk, bro. This is like 2018 LeBron James in the postseason. Cakewalk to the finals. Like, the division's really, really bad, man. Like, the only good team I can potentially see is the Los Angeles Chargers. And
get the fuck out of here, little nigga.
There's only one chance for the Chargers to win that division. It's if they have the best record in football and or if my quarterback, Justin Herbert, has an MVP year, which is definitely on the table. He can do. Just look at his statistical performance from like his entire career. Like, he definitely can do that. And his outings with the Chiefs, they always come out of close games. So if they face each other in the postseason, I wouldn't put it past them, man. That team, honestly, and I can see the Browns if Deshaun Watson, gets his act cleared up. Also the Bills and the Bengals, if the Bengals ever make it out of that division, I can see that team, giving the Kansas City Chiefs some, a run for their money in the postseason. Now would they win? Probably not. But I can definitely see those 4 teams giving the Kansas City Chiefs a run for their money. I don't really see the Bengals coming back, like going back to the Super Bowl anytime soon. I think they're in like kind of a dysfunctional franchise. But the Chiefs definitely, look good. They improved on a lot of their flaws since last season. They finally benched that dude. Oh my God, that dude was like an undercover agent, bro. I swear, dude. Like, he was really committing highway robbery, like, just sabotaging. Like, I haven't seen anybody sabotage a team since J.R. Smith did in the 2018 finals. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Kadarius Toney was so bad, man. I'm sorry, I just did not want to say his name, man. I'll put his name, man. I'll bleep out his name next time. Next time I say his name, I'll bleep it out. But otherwise, they definitely improved on their wide receiver core, which I thought was a great thing for them to do coming out the draft. The fact that Xavier Worthy fell in their hands, I think was a bit, it was kind of like the Lakers, getting Dalton Connect, the 17th overall. It was a bit, that was kind of an upstairs move, I know, because, the Chiefs are, the NFL's darling right now. For sure. They got Patrick Mahomes, the face of the league. They got Andy Reid. They got, Travis Kelce, best defense in the league, which their defense was the main reason why they won the Super Bowl last year. Many people won't say that. They'll to give all the credit to Patrick Mahomes, but their defense was number one. Their defense gave up 7 points against the Baltimore Ravens, and they gave up 7 points against the Dolphins as well. So the defense was really underrated. And now they did lose Snead. He does not look good in that Titans jersey, man. He really doesn't. So the outside cornerback lineup's definitely going to be looking a little shaky. I know they got McDuffie in the slot, so it'll be a bit different. But otherwise, the Chiefs, they definitely look better than they did last year. Last year, I thought they looked very, very vulnerable. Last year was really the year if the Baltimore Ravens had got their act cleaned up. Baltimore Ravens should have snuck a championship last year. That was really their chance. That's really the only good chance. Now they got Derrick Henry, so it should be a different look. But that was really their main chance for Lamar Jackson to secure himself a championship. We're going to make a video on him later, so, catch that down the line. Is it now or never for Lamar Jackson? But the Chiefs, they should be title favorites in my opinion. But I would not be surprised if they lose the championship this year, because history's definitely against their side. But if they do win a championship, it'll be very, very historic. And Patrick Mahomes, he'll definitely be in the same room as Brady, talking, having that discussion. But he'll be in that mode of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo playing a little chessboard game. That's how them boys will be. Hopefully, as a Chiefs hater, I'm rooting for them not to win. And I say that on the pod, being very, very unbiased. I don't want them to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell y'all are going to hear a lot of that Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs hate from Caleb, because he is a Justin Herbert stan. Anyways, though, I remember when my dad was telling me back in 2016, 2017 about a quarterback out of Texas Tech, saying he would be dangerous in the league for a long time. And, at first I was like, man, I don't know. But then after he showed me that game against Oklahoma, throwing for over 700 yards, I thought, damn, this nigga on to something. Then when Alex Smith went down and Mahomes came in, it was like deja vu of Drew Bledsoe going down and Brady stepping up. And it's crazy to think that if Mahomes actually played that entire season, he probably would have threw for 4,000 yards. But Mahomie has dominated this league for years. He's been the best QB in the league for a minute. We saw the three-headed monster in Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce. They won a ring together. Then sadly, yes, you got a question?
I got one question. Baker Mayfield threw for 7 TDs that game. Are we really taking that game seriously?
Okay. Well, Baker Mayfield won Heisman. Anyways, though, like I said, we saw the three-headed monster in Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. They won the ring together. Then sadly, Tyreek Hill left after contract disputes and thought he could do better elsewhere. I vividly remember when Tyreek Hill went to Miami and was asked who was the better quarterback between Patrick Mahomes and Tua. He confidently said Tua and said he had the better arm and accuracy. Now I know this might have been because that's the team he playing for. I get that. But come on now. Let's be real, nigga. Anyways, the Chiefs, man, it's like anytime you doubt them, they just sit back and laugh and say, don't worry, I got you. Because the season after Hill's departure, what they do? Win a ring because everybody said they needed him. But look what happened. Then we saw again, they had it where it was just basically Mahomes and Kelce and a bunch of young talent. And they once again won when the odds were heavily stacked against them. Mahomes has showed everyone that betting against him isn't the right call. And I highly agree that a three-peat is coming for this team, and those GOAT talks for Mahomes will grow. Now, he is already, my GOAT quarterback, but doing this is a cherry on top because he's doing something that hasn't been done. But yeah, the only way they could lose is if a quarterback outplays Mahomes because this team has 2 Hall of Famers on that offense. And, now they got Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice. Hopefully his ass can get his mind together. Like I said, with Xavier Worthy, that's actually a receiver that Mahomes can rely on to catch a pass. And that great defense they had with multiple All-Pros. So y'all get ready for this three-peat because it's coming.
Beautiful commentary. I love it. Beautiful. I need to spin the block on my brother Caleb. We talked about the Los Angeles Chargers potentially being somebody that can stand in the way of Patrick Mahomes. I don't see that at all. I think niggas is getting a little too, they're in Disneyland about the idea of Justin Herbert and Harbaugh. It's like they haven't done anything. Harbaugh cannot put a jersey on and step on that football field. Justin Herbert, you said that when they play against Mahomes, the games are always close. He has a 2-5 record against the Kansas City Chiefs for his career. Let's stop it. He's a social media quarterback. Niggas are enamored by his great arm. And, sometimes he can be very robotic. So let's just stop about the Justin Herbert's talk. He still has not won a fucking playoff game. Anyway, going back to the Chiefs, as Jalen said, I just don't know what all the hate is about with CJ. You really come off rather sad. Like, can you let that shit go? Back in the day when, Tom Brady was beating Mahomes in the Super Bowl, I was against that because, I used to be a big Brady guy. But the nigga lost Tyreek Hill and won a Super Bowl the next year. People thought that they were going to revert. And Tyreek Hill, he can do all that talking. He's a great player. But the Chiefs proved that they don't need him. They don't. You could just give Patrick Mahomes kind of what you did back in the day with Brady. Just give him anything and he's going to get the job done. He's proven it. If Brady is going against Mahomes, okay. He might not get that. He might not catch that. Brady got that clutch factor. Anybody else? Let's fucking stop it. You can't beat him. He is the best. As Jalen said, a quarterback is going to have to outplay him. Do you have any faith that any of these quarterbacks can outplay him?
I'm looking at an aspect of outdueling the other quarterback. I don't think with a straight face, Joe Burrow can outduel Patrick Mahomes in a playoff setting. I don't think he can. That game that he did win in 2021, Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, lost that game. Burrow really didn't win that game. He made no big-time throws in that game. Like, there was no throw where you was like, he fitted through a tight window in the fourth quarter. He really got the ball out there. No, they were just open catches because the defenses fell out of sort in the second half, and the Kansas City offense fell out of sort in the second half as well. So that wasn't really a Joe Burrow, willed on the victory game. No, the Bengals stole the game, and the Chiefs lost the game. So do I think Joe Burrow in a playoff setting can really outperform Patrick Mahomes? No.